So I'm Abram Jackson. I'm a humanities teacher here at the Bay School in San Francisco, also 11th grade dean.
My name is Darrick Broudy, and I'm a humanities teacher as well as a music teacher as well, because I teach electronic music studio. Yeah, so the course is hip hop, culture, politics, and production. And so we designed a course that would not only focus on sort of like the history of hip hop and sort of the culture of it, but would also give an opportunity for the students to actually practice and actually do hip hop, the elements from emceeing, from graffiti, from dance. To DJing.
And we thought it would be, and it's very in line with Bay's kind of mission in terms of students kind of investigating, the investigative model, and also like project-based learning. It's all in there. And so we didn't want to just have a survey class about the history of hip hop. We thought that would be way too two-dimensional. And we thought that if students could learn about that history, but also create as part of it, that they would really take away a lot from the course. And so far it's been wonderful. And the biggest thing that I've seen that wasn't expected has been like the increased confidence in students, because hip hop is so much about performance, and we've studied performance, that we have them perform, we do ciphers. We've done so far one kind of major assessment where they had to create 16 bars and rap about the history of hip hop that they learned thus far. And in doing that, I see them carrying themselves in different ways outside of the classroom, which is pretty amazing.
Initially, so going back to like the maybe the third year of the school, the first iteration of the EMS class, the Electronic Music Studio 1A, was actually all around hip hop, because that's where the student interest was. And I had actually, in the early years, I'd actually proposed a hip hop elective that would have just focused on the history. It didn't really get enough sign-ups and didn't quite work out, but it's something that as something that's a part of my life. It's something that I've always wanted to share and to bring, and I think it's like really, I see hip hop as sort of really essential part of American society, but also I guess global society as well. And I think like if students are really going to understand sort of American history, like they need to have an understanding of hip hop and sort of its place within that timeline, right? We actually start with the we start the course with the Great Migration. We talk about the Harlem Renaissance. We talk about sort of hip hop as being situated within that legacy within American history. So I think that's more, and it's just it's an art form that so many kids are immersed in, but don't fully understand sort of the history and everything around it. So.
Yeah. I was just going to piggyback that it helps them to be more conscious consumers. Like a lot of Bay students in the class are lovers of hip hop, self-proclaimed, and I've seen a lot of aha moments throughout the class in terms of history and just things they had no idea about prior, and so it makes them think about the music they listen to on a daily basis in a more critical way, which is pretty awesome. One of the things that we did that's pretty exciting, we applied for the National Endowment for the Humanities. They have summer grants that are given out every year, and there just happened to be last summer one for teaching hip hop. And so we both applied. Voila, we were both accepted, and we're in fact roommates for 3 weeks, where we went to Fairfield, Connecticut, at Fairfield University to learn about how best to teach hip hop. And so that was an amazing experience in terms of the content. Also meeting teachers from around the country who are also invested in hip hop as pedagogical tool. In addition to that, it got a chance to I think it gave us a good preparation to be roommates than to be co-teachers, right? So it's like the best kind of preparation of all sorts in terms of content, learning each other, and also meeting other professionals, educators that are as much in love with hip hop as we are.
The other thing that I want to say that that was really cool about that NEH program is that it also offered us an opportunity to see each other teach and to learn from each other, because one of the requirements was that we deliver a presentation at the close of the institute, and so we each delivered a presentation, which actually we were able to integrate the presentations that we gave at the end of the institute actually into the class, so it's super helpful and relevant.
And the last thing I forgot is the landmarks. Like hip hop was birthed in New York City, and so Connecticut is a 45-minute train ride. And we got to go to the first ever hip hop party, or the location of.
We didn't. A time machine.
Time machine. Yeah, we were sit back 30-something years. Also, just the murals, the museums. We went to.
The Schomburg.
The Schomburg.
Yeah.
The Schomburg African American History Museum, and got to dig in some archives. It was amazing in terms of the being where it all started.
I think we wish we had more time because there's so much to cover, and I think we wanted to do a lot more with the elements. We've been doing a lot with emceeing, which has been great. We're in week 9 now, and we're going to do a DJ workshop. We're going to do a B-girl, B-boy workshop, and a graffiti workshop. But it would be nice to do more with those in terms of the arts. But it's been a full course so far for sure.
Yeah. So. The only complaint is the time for me as well. We wish we had so much more time because hip hop is so expansive in terms of all that you could do. What's also going well is the way in which our areas of expertise as it relates to hip hop complement each other. I did a lot of work with gender and sexuality, and Darrick did a lot of work with religion, philosophy, and spirituality in hip hop. And so students are really getting areas of interest that they often don't hear discussed or investigated as it relates to hip hop, and so we're going beneath the surface to areas that folks don't always consider. Somehow engaging more with the community. We tried this. It's just the timing, but so by that I mean getting outside of the building, right? There's so many hip hop opportunities in terms of exhibits or community centers, organizations, even going to a show, hip hop show would be amazing, right? So that kind of stuff.
It's 4 a.m. and I'm walking to the black stars. I got my culture freedom power, I'm on capture, rapture, evoke the blue smoke is a trapdoor, retreat my Achilles and some lilies I just died for. On my knees, searching for an answer. That bad religion made metastasize like cancer. But it's the God, so let me see your hands up. The sun's almighty Asian, got to claim you the fans up. Throw it in a circle, make your mind cooler. I speak science, use my prefix is divine ruler. Doula, mental in a cipher, I give birth to dog guys. Whether earth thinking that they the first to walk. There's no knowledge that ain't been born. How you put your wisdom living in the liminal form. And paternalizing power, patriarchal imperfection. The queen mother God is Yeshua's new weapon. All praise due to the Most High.
Hip hop, feminism, no contradiction. Relax yourself, sit back and listen. All praise due to the Most High. Hip hop, feminism, no contradiction. Relax yourself,
sit back and listen.
So they ask me how you take the class, and it's a feminist. I look them in the eyes and tell them this is what it is. In Unit 4 and 5, woo, we learned a lot. N-O-G-E-N-O-Y, U-N-I-T-Y. Free mother, supreme planets never told a lie.